Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched Orphan Black and the episode was called Transitory Sacrificial Modes of Conflict. It was really drawn out, long, convoluted title, but we learn more about the Castor twins. There's Mark and Seth, and if you know anything about your Bible history, after Abel was slain by Cain, there was another line to bring forth the lineage of Christ, and that would be Seth. But I just thought, that's very interesting that he would have that name just because I know what I know about my Bible. What happens with Seth is actually quite unbelievable, though. It was something that I wasn't expecting, but I had the feeling that something bad was going to happen, because Mark is not the type to be mucked around with. He's to be taken very seriously, and he is a psychopath, and this is clearly seen in this particular episode. Sarah still has that volume of the Island of Dr. Monroe on on her bookshelf with all the information that was scripted into it by the late doctor. Cosima is doing much better. Of course, Delphine is now the new Rachel. That was brought forth in previous episode, and then we learned that Leaky himself actually had the information about the original Leda and Leda and Castor projects, or the genome sequences themselves. I thought, ooh, and you're delving into some territory that I'm not sure I'm very comfortable with here, because I've seen Gattaca, and it's one of those things that just kind of makes you think. The implications here are just, they're intense. And Helena, she's with Mother. We learn who Mother is. And the other Castor clones are with Mother, and they're basically soldiers. And what they did to her was terrible until Mother stepped in. And one of the Castor clones is waterboarding her, and I'm sitting there going, no, stop, don't hurt Helena, she doesn't deserve this. And Mother steps in, she says, don't, she's pregnant. The blood results came in, and I thought, I wonder what the blood results say. But Helena, her character's becoming even more intriguing. She is the only one that sees that scorpion. I was wondering if the scorpion was real. This episode actually confirms that the scorpion is a figment of her imagination. Yeah. And I'm thinking, maybe she was in that box a little bit too long and just suffering from dehydration, because sometimes when you're dehydrated to a certain point, you begin seeing things and hearing things, and yeah, it's really messed up. I don't know what the scorpion represents. It could be her psyche, very possibly, because the scorpion as an insect itself is a very multifaceted creature, very misunderstood, fiercely loyal, and very violent if provoked. And yeah, I'm thinking that the scorpion represents Helena, but that could be me just going out on a limb. Interesting episode. This episode was just amazingly done. And of course, Allison, she takes a route that we didn't expect her to take. It's another twist. She's going up in a campaign against this other lady who is moving around the districts in a way that's unscrupulous at best. I mean, that's the best adjective I can come up with. She doesn't seem to be the most honest of candidates. and Allison decides to run against her. And interestingly enough, Donnie says, honey, we don't have the money for that. And Allison says, well, we can delve into our retirement fund. I thought, oh, that's just so wrong. Why do they have to do that? But it's for the kids, of course. Allison being the ever-protective mother and doing what's best for her family, even if it's taking the more illegal route. And I thought, oh, we're going the Breaking Bad route. Even though it's not making your own drugs, she goes through Romano, who was her dealer before she went into rehab, and I thought, oh dear, things are about to get really messy here. But she goes ahead and goes forward with this plan because she realizes that a lot of her clientele, they're going to be loyal to her if she gives them what they crave, basically. And ooh, things are about to get very, 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 very interesting, and that just keeps on proliferating and becoming more multifaceted and multi-layered and more complicated, and the complexity of it is just unbelievable. And I said, and just think about this, Dad. I was talking to him about biology today and biogenetic manipulation. I talked to him about orchids because in the opening sequence you see orchids. I thought, oh yeah, orchids. You can mess around with their genome and produce purple or blue or red or whatever color you want. And it was all brought about because of Gregor Mendel, because he decided to cross different kinds of peas, and he got different varieties of peas, even the very recessive white pea. And I just thought, this think about it. Genetics began with this one man, a man who was into botany. Yeah, ooh. But who would have ever thought that? I mean, this whole thing just sprung up from him. Sorry, that was a bad pun. Sprung up. Oh, boo. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the next episode, and we shall see what awaits our characters. And I really hope the best for Helena. I do, because in the beginning, I mean, my whole perspective about hers changed. I feel for her. And of course, Cosima has always been my favorite, and I'm happy that she's better. But I'm mad because, well, I'm not really mad, I'm just kind of upset that Delphine would become the new Rachel. And, well, I think she has an ulterior motive, but it's one that's a bit more convoluted. So it's just like everything else in this show. It's just completely irrevocably involved. Well, that's all I have to say. Until next time, live long and prosper. Arrivederci.